Morning, New Eden. Today is February 16th, 2025, and this is the Federation Frontline Report. I'm your host, Frozen Fallout, and I got two of the coolest co-hosts with me today. Night Flyer, how's it going, man?
Hi, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning into the show. That's all I got.
And we also we also have our epic and badass Mr. Samson back in the house. How's it going?
It's going good. I think my camera or something's glitching, but that's fine as long as everybody can hear me. And good morning, New Eden and Canuck Down Under. He's throwing, I think, looks like slave trader scriptures into our our chat. But
Oh, Canuck.
how's it going?
I love Canuck. He's one of our biggest fans, man. Like this is such a cool. I'm so happy to just be back. We're getting stuff up and running here and Wednesday night has been freaking epic, dudes. Like this has been crazy. Um
I
like
wish
we've
I
been
was
having some
there.
really good I mean you were for the beginning when it was boring and then I mean we did get a few good kills. And then we like whelped a fleet, I think, if I remember correctly. Isn't that what happened in the end?
I don't know. I don't think I died. I think or maybe I did. No, yeah, I did. Absolutely. I did. So
I
yes.
think I got you killed right away in the beginning, actually.
Okay, so maybe I didn't die at the end. Maybe I died in the beginning. I don't know. It's usually what happens.
Yeah, I came in late and then left early, so I was there for like the thick of the boring stuff, and I was just so tired. I had such a long day. And I was like, I'm just gonna kind of call it. You guys stopped to reship, and I'm like, I'm docked up. I'm gonna bail. And then I
Yeah.
woke up the next morning to amazing stories that I wasn't part of.
Kind of the same,
Yeah.
but like I was like I just kind of knew it was happening something because something always big happens after I leave. So I was just like, whatever.
It's our magical spell. I mean, Samson, you may be a real life human being, but you're also connected to a magical spell that anytime you leave, you log out from EVE Online, something epic happens somewhere in EVE. It's not necessarily always us, but a lot of the time it's us. So. But yeah, so when you guys left, we got a call from Shadow Cartel that asked if we wanted to do some baiting for them. So, my immediate answer was like, I mean, we're in Thrashers right now. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know. Like, we're not bait for you, really. And they're like, okay. I mean, we just wanted to drop a bunch of Black Ops shit on them. And I was like, you know what? I was like, you know what? Who wants to go do this? I've got a bunch of prophecies that the Keldari gave me as a token of just a gesture of honor and we've gone up against them a few times where they've like completely and utterly like just like overreacted to the situation or whatever, however you want to say it, and like just did stuff that just wasn't very fun, which is fine. It's Eve. That's what we
Hmm.
do, right? Like if I've got 150 guys and you have three, I'm not gonna like tell 100 and some odd dudes to stop and just go away, and I'm just gonna take three dudes and go fight the three dudes. We're gonna drop 150 people on three guys and we're gonna laugh about it. But there is a certain level of like once you've like combated with another FC and you're not like hating them, like you're not like you're trying to take my space. It's not a zero point zero politics of there's real hate in zero point zero politics sometimes that is just visceral or just spitting acid at each other. It's really bad. Keldari and me, at least Tricks, for mainly Tricks and Corvus. I love Corvus too, but I don't really clash with Corvus. We miss each other due to time zones mostly. So me and
Yeah, I
Tricks
haven't seen
clash
him in a
all the
while.
time. I think we saw him actually during Wednesday night. He was just like out and about, not like leading a
Yeah, we
fleet or
did.
anything.
But before that, I
But
hadn't seen him in a while.
yeah, and so like. So they were just like, here, like, like the last thing that, there was like a gag fleet that I threw at them of battle cruisers and everybody, like a bunch of weird just Logi ships that I was trying to build that weren't Logi based ships. So like a Myrmidon Navy issue or an Augur Navy issue, short range burst of good heals with massive amount of buffer tank. So we don't get alpha off the field by the 50 Caldari that are attacking us with cruisers, or frigates or whatever. Because there's like 50 of them, 20 of us. They're all in frigates. We're all in fucking cruisers. Like we still get our asses handed to us because there's 50 of them. Like it's it's a lot of alpha that comes down. So if you have 20,000 EHP, you're just dead. Like the 50 shoot and you die.
Mhm.
It's like, so we tried to go out, and so anyways, that's a long story that we've already talked about on the podcast, to a certain degree, I think. In any case, they were like, here's some Prophecy Navy issues. Let's go out and, like, or you go out and have fun with these, right? Here's fully fitted, 100% what I wanted them to fit it as, like, and dropped off in Tama. Or sorry, in Hey Die Less. Like, I was just like, well, you guys must actually like me. Like, maybe it's because I am a horrible FC and I feed you a lot, but I do get some good kicks in and punches, even though we're mainly outnumbered. But so I was really honored by that. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just take the Prophecy Navy issues and go and attack this thing. So we jump in. There's like a few battle cruisers. There's like a Revenant Navy issue that's hanging out on side of the the Tama Fortizar on the gate. They had like a Vindicator and like a couple Logi ships and stuff like that. Nothing really that impressive. So we drop in battle cruisers full bore, just land on them with our prophecies and just start just digging right into their Logi, one of the Trig Logi. And so we're bringing that down. Things are looking pretty good, and then we get like a call off the comms that like my Brutix is going down, and I kind of like look around and there's like Sinos being lit, or I don't even know if it was Sinos, but like all of a sudden there was a Zern on the field, there was a Moros Navy issue on the field, the Revenant Navy issue had dropped in, and like the brawl had begun. And we had lost our first battle cruiser, a Brutix Navy issue that was not as crazy tanked as the Prophecies. And the Logi just couldn't hold it because we didn't have the greatest Logi. We just had two Navy Augur issues. Navy Augur issues. Not an Augur, a Navy Augur. The one that you use lasers with. No, we put Logi on it so that it could have a buffer of
Oh, you did an
120.
Og Navy with Logi.
Yeah. So also that hid that. So they didn't think we had Logi, like because we didn't bring Logi. We didn't bring any Logi ships. But we did have
the
Logi.
old double gnosis gate camp.
Yeah, exactly. Learned it from you. And so I'm like, okay, this is going pretty good. We're bringing down the Zern. We lost, or not a Zern. We're bringing down the Trig Logi, and we've lost one battle cruiser, but this isn't gonna hold. Like, so we're bringing down and they're piling in shit, and I'm just like, as this is going, we bring down their Logi, but like, things are getting to a point where I'm not sure if we can hold for very much longer. Like, but nobody else is dying yet. Like, I mean, they're dying, but the Logi's holding, right? We're holding the line. We're doing good. But like it felt like a year had passed since the battle had started and my backup hadn't arrived yet. So I like just on stream just am screaming on Fleet and Stream like, where's my fucking backup? I was promised backup. Where's my backup? And like as I'm like saying this, like another person like chimes in and is basically like, listen, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, but I think you've been tricked. Like, so you've been set up. This is totally a setup. And just as they finish their sentence, a Sino lits, a Black Ops, Cov Ops Sino lights, and like 50 Black Ops ships just appear out of the night sky. And it's like, what? We just we took down the Zern. We took down the Revenant Navy issue. We took down, the Moros Navy issue. We took down the Vindicator. We took down. It was like one right after another. The end result was 65.6 billion ISK lost. We lost one Brutix. That was the loss for the Federation.
Moment of silence for that Brutix.
Yeah. Yeah, we got him reimbursed, and I think I did. I'm gonna have to double check that if he sent me an email, or I should just go find it and send him it anyways. But it was so funny too, because CAD was behind and he was trying to bring his Brutix, and then he was gonna switch out, and then he said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna run the gauntlet and maybe see if I can get there." And he arrived just as the other Brutix died, and just as all of the Black Ops ships appeared.
Sorry,
it was.
I'm distracted by
What did you do?
I'm distracted by how you're doing ventriloquism while eating wings, Frozen.
At massive speed.
At double time, yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. I was reading about
I thought
this medal
it's still better than just having your logo and on a gray background.
So I think you're a mad genius. I would have never thought about doing something like that.
Well, I am definitely a mad genius. This is true.
Yeah, where did you ever find footage of Frozen eating, hot wings? Like,
yeah, that's a good question. No idea.
That never happened.
That's illegal. You can't find those.
It's not something that I filmed.
There's not like a whole other podcast in the development that's been
That has never
in the
been
works
released
for a while.
A really long
We've
time.
got like what, 8 episodes done already?
We have the first season done actually, but it's not edited.
Yeah,
The first 2 episodes are edited,
part.
but then you lost. I lost your footage, and I'm using it as an excuse because episode 3 will have you low res. But it's just an excuse.
I might have that still. I need to dig deeper and find. I've found my hard drive. So when I get home, I've got my hard drive on my computer. I should I should be able to find that for you.
All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I got a lot on my plate right now, but
yeah.
But yeah, Wednesday night, that was a crazy thing that happened after I left. Every time I leave is when something happens. It never happens while I'm there. And so that's why I don't stay, because if I do, it won't happen.
Oh, you superstitious humans. So funny.
Prove me wrong.
Well, no, I mean, yeah, I'm not. I don't even want to. But but yeah. So other than that, though, things have been kind of calm. Me and Samson have been working on some other projects that we got in the works.
You mean
for
you and
some
Digi?
novels. And well, I mean, me and Digi and you and Lupin and other humans too, to work with me on all these other projects. I got an MMO in the development, 4 books right now. We got 1 radio play. It's a lot of work, a lot of stuff to get done here. So, but Samson's really helping out with the radio play, and yeah, I'm super excited for that. I've got like
drama.
Audio drama. It's an audio drama. It's a psychological thriller or psychological. What is it? Psychological mindfuck. What do you call it? Horror. Psychological. What is it called?
Existential horror. Sci-fi. Existential sci-fi horror.
Epic horror.
Epic.
Well, I've been enjoying the hell out of them. You put kind of the first one in that wasn't like a Eve related. It was Eve adjacent, but I thought that was really cool. And then, like I said, I woke up to this story on Reddit, and I just I put. Did you have it set to voice? Because I remember, or I can't remember if you set it to voice or if I set it to voice. But I had it read to me, and I'm like, I can't believe I missed this freaking battle. I was, but yeah, since Night Flyer became Day Flyer, my bedtime's like 9:30 now. So
what a coincidence! That's my bedtime.
My bedtime is 10
That's
o'clock.
just because I always fucking wake up at 6 in the morning, no matter what I do.
Oh, I'm waking up at like 4 or 4:30 in the morning now because
Yeah, that I have to try.
You must be an old man now, Night Flyer, because
yeah,
only
and that's
only
not
old
just
men wake up at
yeah,
4:30.
that's not just to pee. That's to go start my day. I
Oh,
gotta go.
fuck.
I gotta go
That's to
make the
go
donut.
start my dump.
But yeah,
But
so yeah, things are going really good though. Yeah, that one not the Eve adjacent. I forgot I even made that. Yeah, so yeah, there's another audio play that I did. It's like this. It's like a primer for the MMO that I'm building. This Lucid is possibly going to be the name of the MMO. I'll give you guys like more specifics on that as I develop it because right now what it is not even a MUD, it's like a ChatGPT text-based adventure that I've got it set at right now, but I'm building it from there. So we'll see if we can get it to MMO
Yeah, we're
status,
mixing
right?
we're mixing universes on this podcast right now, a little bit. I guess it's a side
A little bit.
effect of the mad genius. Um, Speaking of which, if you want to, I could play that short audio clip.
Oh yeah, throw that out there. Let's just let's give them part of the psychological horror that
Let me
awaits
see
them
if
if
I can
they.
figure this out. It shouldn't take too long.
Not a problem. Anything else going on though? I think that you said Night Flyer that you've got a little bit about the community newsletter or whatever that went out.
yeah, we a couple of things while I kind of pull that up. So as we talked about last week with the price of minerals and stuff, so I actually went out and was dual boxing a mining fleet.
Not enough minerals.
I was going to meet up with Hoppy, but I just stayed in our little neck of the woods and was just trying to pound that pyrite. I went through
Pound it.
with my porpoise driven fleet. I think we went through two full belts loading up with the pyrite because at 28 whatever a unit is freaking ridiculous. So yeah, minerals, good way to go. So I did that, and then I ran the epic arc, the Sisters of Eve, Bloodstained Stars epic arc to try to get my standings up on my alt. You and I have been talking about doing some of the level 4 missions, and I'm still just a little shy of that. And so I ran through that arc. Took me about 4 hours, but that was I stopped to loot. I wanted to see. I haven't done the arc in a while, and I wanted to see if any cool loot would drop. And no, it didn't. It's like all scrap. So
Yeah, that route from that is so shit. You just
no,
gotta
leave.
go
Yeah,
and just
no,
toss
yeah,
it right through. Yeah, probably can do it in about 2.5 if you don't even think
yeah.
about it. You know, you
You
just
get
do
you
what
get the
next.
right ship and you can speed through it. The 22 jumps through from a Mars space back to Galente space kind of sucks. And there was no.
Yeah.
They're like, oh well, you can shorten the route and go through Amamaki. I'm like, no, no,
You go
no,
through Spectre Fleet and other people's Group 8
no,
camp. Yeah, don't worry, it's fine.
no.
Nobody ever dies in that system.
So that did give me
uh,
my faction standing, which is now around 4.5, but it didn't give me the other standing I was really trying to get up, which is what the corpse standing, the Federation, whatever that it can get.
yeah, the Federation administration, I think,
Yeah.
is what's in time.
So that I thought that might go up 0.72, and it did not. It was only the faction. So I'm still short. So I'm still gonna have to run some level 3s to get that up over.
That's pretty quick though, because you don't need to do storyline missions to get that up. So just as long as you're running it for a corporation, you know, you'll do 3 missions and don't do any looting, and then just you'll be good. Also, dude, I can't wait to work with you on this more. Is we should do some burner mission shit
Yes.
when
Yeah.
you get up to level 4,
I
because
tried to
I've
do
been
that a
doing
long time
burner
ago.
missions and they are so good, especially if you dual box or triple box it. Like, so if it's me, you, and my alt, or me, you, my alt, and your alt, we can
Yeah.
probably make sure we get good burner mission, or we get burner missions, because that's the
Wait, are
first
the
part.
burner missions? They're not solo?
They don't have to be.
Oh, I thought burner missions were solo.
they're not. You're not forced to be, but that's the encouragement. That's what everybody
Gotcha.
wants you to do, is go in there solo. But every time I see that, I go, no. What if I just cut the cost in unbelievable amount by just going with like a very cheap variant for two cheap variants of what the best, because they basically say, here, buy this 1.5 billion-isk ship,
And
To
then
because it's
run
risk
this
got,
it.
one
all
mission, in case you get this one
right.
mission. Yeah.
So instead I, will grab like 300 million-isk ships, and and then I'm good. And the other thing about burner missions is what you want to do is just keep on declining, or find a bunch of burner or a bunch of level 4 missions or whatever. But I just use one guy, and I just basically say decline, 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 decline. And yeah, I'll take some standings hits. The Federation one isn't not bad at all. The Corp one kind of hurts. And the Agent one kind of hurts. But as long as you're completing missions along the way, it's not too bad if you watch your standings, especially if you get them up to like 9.0, you're pretty good for a long time. But you just keep on hitting decline, find that burner mission, and just go and go and go and go, and you just keep on doing, because if you don't do that, you're not going to make back your investment. Because if you invest 5-10 billion ISK into burner missions to get all the base ships every time you run into
Man,
one,
Frozen, you're
you're
just sucking
running off
down
the
wings.
Ventriloquism, bitch.
How does he do it?
Magic. And so I don't know, but yeah, anyways, we need to go out and do some burner missions,
Yep.
and
Sounds
it'll
like
be
a
fun.
plan.
Definitely working on it. Like I said, I probably need about a week to get my get back up to 5. Then I had to go back. Oh, I did find out because I took Mango, jumped into, was it Villarear, whatever, next to Old Man Star, and realized that my security standings are at like -2.5, and that's bad in a 9 system.
Yep.
So I had to go buy my security status back because I was going to do some high spec stuff with her. So
I cannot
Pay off
afford
the
that
cops
shit with
for
Gwen.
yeah.
Oh, did you guys hear there's a Drifter event that's going on right now? That's
I
right.
saw an
I
email about
thought
it.
about that.
Yeah, I was trying to pull some stuff. There are some videos on the community events that talk about it, but I haven't really seen anybody that like how to actually partake in it. It looks like it's kind of like a home front where you're gonna need like 5 people to do. It looks very home front esque, but I guess the drops on it are crazy because they do drop blue loot in it, which
Yeah.
always sells for a good price because the supply and demand is always very high, or you know what I mean.
Supply
Supplies,
load
yeah,
and
supply
high.
as well as
Yep.
demand's always high, yeah. So it always gets a
That's
good
how they
price.
inject all of these blue loot into the game using this new
You
mechanic.
shouldn't
No.
talk with your mouth full, dude.
I fuck that, man. I talk all the time. I never stop talking. Even when you guys think I've stopped, I haven't. It's still going on. You guys, I just muted myself. So. Yeah, no, I saw there looks like it's one that's going to be like there's one that you can do like a healing mission. There's like a save the tower mission or kill the tower mission. There's like valuable data that you can be gathering from this event. There's a bunch of stuff kind of going on in different systems, but I don't know what systems or where this is going on. Once again, this is something that I'm going to go back to and say that, like, CCP, get your shit together and start communicating properly with the player base. Stop using cryptic, like, background possibilities of, like, this should be like screamed from the rooftop of CCP's building. It should be an immediate pop-up that tells you, like, here's the new event that's going on, here's how to interact with it. It should be an immediate catch for you. It should not be limited to people who like dig into the game. Like, unless that's, I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe that's their whole intent and it's all about like, ooh, you get to be a special player if you figured out that there's an event going on. But that just seems counterintuitive to me.
Yeah, I know that was one of the things that I always had as a new player. Of you'd have these event comes up. I remember like the first like Easter egg event that came up. because I started playing in March, so that was like one of the first things that came up. I had no idea how to do it, and I know that if I tried to or located a site, I didn't know how to do it, and I would die like right away. And I was at a point where I couldn't lose ships,
The
but
Easter event.
it was not new pilot friendly at all.
That's where you just pop the pods and take their
Yeah.
implants.
Implants. So, but yeah, that was kind of a block I had as a new player, trying to figure these things out. Because there's not like, a lot of games have, if you're going to do this mission is like a level 17, so you've got to be X amount if you're going to survive this. And Eve doesn't have that. It's just trial and error. Every ship, can go into everything and do everything. And so,
Well, yeah, some
waiting.
things have limitations, but yeah.
Yeah. So then trying to wait to see what streamer can say, yeah, I'm doing this and this is the ship I'm using. If you do this ship, then you can survive this too. Seems, I don't know. It seems like a difficult way for new players to learn the game, and I guess they just kind of add the whole learning curve of this.
I mean, the one thing is if they're gonna say that, like, in order to play our game properly, like, even just to know about events, you need to go to the wiki, like the player built wiki, then they need to get off their butt and like provide either their own wiki or they need to pay Eve University for providing a wiki and make it fucking official. Like I mean, like it's too much of a reliance on the player base to do all the heavy lifting of community stuff for them, and for them to just to be completely hands off on the community when they're deeply embedded in the communities. Like you go to FanFest and they're like, yeah, I'm hanging out with Puke every day. Young Puke is my best friend. Like, like all these people are like, they're deeply embedded in these communities, especially if they're not in 0.0. And I guarantee they're embedded in the 0.0. They're just super secretive about it, even to the point where they don't talk about it at work. Like, like that's it, like they are embedded in these communities. They need to be part of these communities. They need to sponsor these communities, and they need to push forward with actually embracing the community instead of using it as a tool to like enhance their community outreach, which is not what you're doing because they're not your community outreach. Like they're not employees of yours.
And that's been What Grinds Frozen's Gears with CCP while eating wings and hot sauce.
and ventriloquism.
And drinking beer while talking, yes, ventriloquism.
Yep. So there's a couple of videos on the community beats page from the 14th that's on there. And the other community thing I want to talk about is the 11th annual Frigate Free-for-All being held up by the guys from A Band Apart and Stay
I need
Frosty.
to drop another smart bombing carrier on that.
Yeah, and you probably have
someone
one.
Wants to donate one to me, let me know.
They've moved it from
I got you, man. I'll get you a carrier.
To Amamaki. We talked about Amamaki before, so that's where the Frigate Free-for-All is going to be, is at Amamaki on March 29th from 1600 to 22 Eve time. So it's 6 hours. They're going to have 10,000 handout ships. They're usually T1 frigates. They are all T1 frigates from each of the factions. So
I'm sorry, when is it?
It's March 29th.
Oh, okay.
So next month. I thought it was this month. It's next month.
Yeah,
so.
I was worried he'd say that. I thought it was this month, and I was like, I'm not gonna be in town.
Yeah, I wasn't. If it was this month, I couldn't make it, but I actually am off next month on the 29th. So I should be out there. Or at least I'll have an alt out there trying to see if I can get some kills.
Smart bombing carriers, I'm telling you.
Yeah, they suck. Yeah, I'm trying to think any other exciting fleets. So, my wife was my wife came downstairs. I was doing dishes, and she's like, "What are you doing?" Because that's why I got kids. I don't have to do dishes. But I was in the middle of kind of rage quitting Eve because I was stupid. So I've got this stupid.
It happens.
Yeah, I got the stupid frigate. I'm trying to see if I can get to work. I think, but I'm just having so much trouble. And so I was up in Animalia and was plexing with it, and someone in the same ship came in. I'm like, oh, cool, this will be a good test. And as he lands, I go to launch my drones and realize I didn't put any in my ship. So right off the bat,
Oh
I'm like in
no.
trouble. So it was a good fight. It went on for a long time. I don't know that I've had a frigate battle go on quite that long, but he got to the point where he could outrange me, and I kept trying to take the guns off him to fight off the drones, and um, yeah, so I lost that, and so I just
Wow,
felt so
but I mean, it
stupid.
sounded like you held your own and forgot even with forgetting your drones.
Yeah, it's heavily tanked. It's a dual rep frigate, so that's the big catch on it. So I do give up some range, which is really what the problem was with this particular thing, because he had the range on me and I couldn't.
All them
He would
kitey
just, yeah, as long
bastards.
as I couldn't slingshot him, but I could get him into slingshot. Um, it worked out okay, but as soon as he got back off, like I said, the drones between his guns and the drones, I just couldn't compete. So I eventually
Man,
ended up losing,
you're
but then I
using you're
rage quit
using
and went and did dishes.
solo piloting terms, man. I'm proud of
Yeah.
you. It's
Well,
like
I'm
Yeah,
trying
slingshotting.
good
He's
to.
talking
job,
you're
man.
talking about free flying in Eve. Not many people can do that.
Yeah, that's something I'm trying to work on. It's one of my resolutions for this year. It's kind of why I'm working with this frigate and stuff. So, um, yeah, I just want to improve my individual kills because I'm looking at all my characters, whether it's Nightfly or Mango, they're the two guys I normally fight with, and the far majority of all their kills are from doing like Wednesday night fleets and stuff. So, I'm like,
So you want
I
some more
want
solo
to
work. You
do
want
some
you want
solo work. Yeah.
Yeah, you want to do the solo artist thing. It's fun, dude. I gotta say. But for those out there listening, if you do want to be a solo artist, the piloting your ship manually is one of the biggest things. I mean, it's a combination, right? It's not just all manual. Sometimes you still use orbit and keep a distance and stuff like that, but you're switching in and out, and also potentially clicking in space and doing the other crazy things.
Yeah, it is surprising how much skill really goes into like solo piloting basically. Like it's not something that is just easily, just accomplished with just, oh, I just
I mean,
orbit and I'll be fine,
if you, I
It's
mean,
like, yeah.
anchors, right? Like those are the people that do the anchors in fleets, right? Like typically FCs can be,
Right.
but someone else could if they back up FCs or whatever. But like, yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that people maybe take for granted if they've been in a lot of fleets, if they haven't done much solo work, is yeah, when you say anchor on somebody, that person's piloting, like they're not always fully manually piloting, but they are doing certain things, and that makes it easier because you don't have to do anything except, follow them.
Yeah, follow them and shoot your target, whereas the
Yeah,
FC's
yeah,
got to
F1
coordinate the whole concept of where the
F1
battle is happening, where we are, like how do I get my people into position? Are my people following me? Like, are you actually anchoring up? No? Okay, well, what does that mean about the situation now?
Yeah,
Like,
it means that you don't know what anchor up means. It means approach me at, or keep me at distance, or approach, like it means something like just, call out the commands until you see everybody start following you. Hopefully before the fight is too deep, because that could, with the small fights, that you're already dead. Bigger ones, of course, like that crazy
yeah,
shit that happened on Wednesday night, you got a bit of time.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, other than that though, trying to think. I don't think there's any other real big news that we have or anything. We could do that. Did you find that audio clip?
Yes, I did find the audio clip. So real quick, I've been away from the show for a minute. Just real life. I won't go into any details, but just real life stuff happening. I'm still here. I'm definitely coming back um, as much as I can, and will ultimately be at FanFest and Matt. Sorry, it's not Madtown meetup anymore. The Madison meetup. I will be at both of those, and yeah. So yeah, I'm back. But I've been working on this thing with Frozen a little bit. I haven't unfortunately been able to do anything since I did this, but I think it has a lot of potential. And it's so the setup. I have an audio file. You guys won't be able to hear it unless I stream it to you. Which maybe I could do that really quick. Let's see if I set that up. Uh, let's see.
I can always jack on the stream too. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
then
and
there's a delay.
yeah, it is kind of annoying. But yeah, well, actually, I think we'll just do this as our outro. You know, like we'll just use this as our wrap up, and then you can kind of, if you want to stick around and listen to that, then
Okay,
we'll
yeah, that's
close
fine.
things out.
All right,
yeah, we got to
so
do our State of the Alliance
so
meeting
I
here.
will play it, and y'all should be able to hear it on the stream, but you guys won't be able to hear it until you're on the stream listening to it. So if you want to turn on the stream, we can give ourselves a few seconds here of silence, and then I will play this little outro here. It's called, what is it called, Frozen? This little audio
Well,
drama.
I'm
You still
the
thinking about that?
probably is going to be called Endless Echoes, but it might be called Nameless Echoes. It all depends on
Hmm.
a couple more
It all
editing
depends on what
possible runs, but
universe you're in.
well, that too, yeah, that too.
In
There are
the
a few
universe
more
that
names
I'm
out there.
currently in while we're doing this, it's called Nameless Echoes.
Yeah.
But that's yeah, that's just because that's what you said to me as.
I mean, it's what it is. It just I've been playing around with does nameless or endless sound better? Nameless is more in tune with the name with the story probably, but endless is more of the heart of the story instead of focusing
It's
on one
also got a
character.
little bit of alliteration, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. It's all about the hitting meaning too. You got to make sure your title really hits, you know.
Yeah. Alrighty.
But
Well,
anyways, yeah. So
you want me to go ahead and put and play that for us?
yeah, let's just have that as our
Yeah.
outro. And so thank you all for watching. Thanks for coming on, guys. And hopefully you like this. If you like it, let us know. You know, we're gonna be building there's a whole audio drama that's going to be coming out of this. So it's this is just a very small sneak peek.
Alrighty. I will play this now. I'll watch the chat to see if anybody says they can't hear anything.
I think you went mute, Samson.
Yeah, I have push to talk on. So I was just saying I'm gonna play this now, and then audio the chat can let me know if they don't hear anything playing, and then I'll start over.
Oh, okay, yep,
All right,
yep.
here we go.
How many times have you read this? No, wait,
Yeah, I can hear
let
you.
me start again. I have to get this right. You're here now. That means something. It must mean something. It has to.
Has to.
Why does this place feel wrong? Ah, there it is. That question again. Always that question. As if this time you'll get a different answer. As if this time the loop will break. But it won't, will it?
All right, that's that.
I'm intrigued. It's perplexing. But what does it all
Oh,
mean?
dude, and it goes so far off the rails. Like, it's just such a crazy story. It's just like, I'm pretty sure, like, cause like while I was writing it, like it just felt like I was at the end by chapter 9 or something like that, and then like I just kept on building and doing more and adding and building, and I'm like, what is it, 20 chapters or something like that now?
Like 27 for the first one. But yeah, uh, I myself and maybe my friends or other people might be involved in producing this. So yeah, just a little teaser.
And I do have a very, very crappy version of the audio play that I've built with AI now. So I went through and used Elevenly or whatever, Eleven Labs, or I don't remember what the fuck it's called, but basically an AI to text to voice synthesizer, and I went in and just had it build JD and Digi, which they're neither of them are truly who the voices that I'm really looking for. It just works for now because I wanted to send it to my mom, and my mom was like, "I can't read." Like my eyes hurt, and like I don't want to like read. I just want to listen to an audiobook. And I was like, "Well, just throw it into like natural speak or something." And then she was like, I mean, she can barely know how to use a computer. She's 17 years older than me. She's 57 years old, and she's like, I don't know how to like do anything on the computer or it's really her phone because she only has a phone. But so I was like, oh, I'll just upload all of that up.
That works.
But yeah, it works. But I can't wait to see your version, like what, and work with you more on that because man, like that what you did there is like a million times better than the intro that I had the AI build, which was basically like, hello,
They
blah
call,
blah blah. No,
yeah, I
no
mean,
sound effect.
not to let it go to my head or anything, but somebody called me a mad genius. So
Yeah, you are,
let's do
man.
it.
All right. Well, thank you all. And are we still on air?
We're still on air, yes.
Oh, okay, cool. Well, thank you all, and have a great night.
Good night, everybody. Good night, New Eden, and I will see you next time, hopefully with the real Frozen, not this avatar that we got going here. And have a good one, everybody.
I am an AI. Do not let them know, please.